Hey guys, how's it going? Solo back with another daily stock market video. It is Friday, the end of another trading week. And wow, what a week it has been. Looking at the heat map here, you'd think everything was great today, right? Everything is big green on the heat map, except for Tesla down about 3.8%. But this was not the case. We were down in the dumps again in the first half of the trading day. And really, for no reason that I know about, we rallied back towards the second half of the day, and most companies, as you can see, or most stocks, I should say, closed out the day in the green. But I'm kind of worried still, right? Because there was really no news that caused stocks to reverse direction and go green. So is this just a dead cat bounce? Is this people buying the dip? And when I say people, I mean big institutions. I don't know. I'm still a little bit on edge. We still don't have a stimulus that's approved. Who knows what's going to happen over the weekend? But I'm not getting too excited that the dip is over, that there is no recession, that the correction is over, and now we're going to be on the up and up. Let's see what news breaks this weekend to see what Monday is going to bring and maybe what's going on for the next week as a whole. But like I said, we'll just have to wait and see, because I am not believing that that was the end of it. Again, for no reason in the news that I saw. Let's talk about space, or Virgin Galactic. So actually, some big news broke on space with a specific billionaire investor selling off his entire personal stake in Virgin Galactic. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But looking at space today, this is pretty much what the market did. So we sold off in the morning up until about lunchtime, and then we had a V-shaped recovery for the second half of the day. Now, as I just showed you on the heat map, a lot of the stocks came all the way back up and actually went green. Space, unfortunately, did not make it all the way back to baseline and came up short, still down 9.9% to close the day. I mean, before this recovery, space was down, look at this, over 20%. I'll be honest with you, and I posted this in the Discord server, last night and this morning, I was thinking about actually buying puts on space because of this news that broke last night. And even after hours, we're pretty much flat. I mean, we're very, very slowly melting up 0.8% after hours, but things are not looking good for space. I mean, look at this. On the week, it's just a straight down and to the right. This is the complete opposite of what you want to be seeing in a stock graph. Down 29% in the week. Hopefully, there's not too many of you that have shares and are just bag holding these things, because to be honest with you, I'm not sure when space is going to come back up to those levels in the 40s or 50s or even 60s. Over the month, again, just down and to the right, down over 50%. 3 months, still you're down, but just barely. You're down almost 7%. On the year, though, of course, you're going to be green, still up 21%. But that's not that great compared to other yearly stocks we've looked at. Looking at the options chain for Virgin Galactic here, did want to sell some puts, maybe cash in on the high volatility. Right now, take a look at this. The lowest strike you can buy or sell is $15.50. I'm going to expect that once the market opens Monday, probably have lower strikes. But right now, at the money, you're going to collect $83 in premium for putting up $2,500 in capital. That is going to be a return on risk of a 3.3%. And that's for a week. This is not very juicy at all. At all. I mean, this is not a ticker that I am looking at right now. And you know, if you've been following my channel for quite some time, I am big on kind of space exploration and the space industry in the future. But I don't think right now, at least, Virgin Galactic is the company that's going to take us to the moon. At least they haven't shown anything yet with their failed test flights, or really, they were planning on sending people into space during the first quarter or first half of this year, and they haven't even completed their test flights yet to get their FAA certification. So things are really not looking great right now for Virgin Galactic. Here's another reason why. So this news broke actually yesterday evening, but this article came out today at a Bloomberg, and it's called Virgin Galactic Chairman Sells $213 million Stake. So one of their early investors and chairman, Chamath Palihapitiya, he actually has invested in this company through their SPAC and also has personal shares. But as of yesterday, he sold off all of his shares in the company. So he actually sold off 6.2 million shares at an average price of $34.32. Looking at where the stock is trading at right now, that was a smart move on his part. But of course, that's $213 million worth of stock in the company. So of course, once that news broke, once a big insider like this is going to sell off all of his shares, you knew that was going to scare the market and investors like myself, and we were going to have a big sell-off today. And like I said, that's exactly what happened, down over 20% around lunchtime today. He still owns, like I said, 15.8 million shares, along with his partner through his investment firm, Social Capital. But keep in mind also, if you saw my videos from December, in December of last year, he also sold a lot of stock. He sold $100 million worth of stock in December. So between December and basically this month in March, he sold over $313 million worth of stock. So to me, that is very concerning. Now, what did he say? He said he sold the shares to fund an investment to help fight climate change. To me, that's rather vague, right? He says the details of this investment will be made public in the next few months. He said on a statement today, I remain as dedicated as ever to Virgin Galactic's team, mission, and prospects. I don't know, guys. I'm just not buying it. Why the kind of shadiness, right? That's my take on it, because if he had a good reason, why not just tell you right now? Why does he have to wait a few months to tell us what he's investing in to fight climate change? It's kind of crazy. You know, he's citing liquidity reasons, which is kind of funny because he's saying in a quote right now, but every now and then I run into liquidity constraints like everybody else. I'm sure Vlad knows exactly what he's talking about, but I don't know, guys. Let me know. Do you have shares or options on Virgin Galactic? Where do you think the bottom is going to be on space stock if you want to buy the dip? Meaning, where do you think is the lowest price space is going to go? I don't think it's going to go to zero because I think they still have a chance. But the real question is, are they going to get into the sub $20 range? I know a lot of you were saying there's no way space is going to go back to $19 or less. I think we have a chance now, to be honest with you. If you are a very long-term believer in Virgin Galactic, this might be a great buy the dip opportunity for you. Again, not financial advice. I am not planning on buying any shares or getting into any options right now on space until the dust kind of settles, not just on Virgin Galactic, but just on the market as a whole. But I do think that maybe in 5, 10, 15 years, when they do get this thing sorted out and up and running, could be one of the big stocks that you're kind of kicking yourself saying, why didn't I buy this at 25 bucks a share when I had the chance? Let's take a look at the TradingView graph here to see how we've been looking right now in Virgin Galactic. I mean, not looking very good at all. We basically peaked back in mid-February on February 11th, and it's just been a downhill free fall from that point. Look at this. Intraday, we got as low as basically $24. We closed a little bit higher, just a little over $27. It's basically $27 and some change. But the interesting thing is, if I scroll out, I had this line of support that I drew a long time ago, basically dating back all the way to this data points back in December and January. And it looks like we basically bounced off that intraday. But I still think, we have more room to drop. The one kind of sort of nice thing is that the RSI is rather, or almost very oversold. So maybe this is the bottom. I don't know. The thing that does scare me is this. There was a lot of volume that came in today on a big red day. So if you look at the previous days, there wasn't really that much volume. In fact, today there was more volume in the past, let's say, just say month or so. So that tells me there's a lot of people dumping the stock right now. We are below the 21 and the 50-day moving averages. I personally think that we are going to get into at least the low $20 range come early next week. I wouldn't be surprised if we go sub $20 again. If I zoom out here, keep in mind, it wasn't that long ago. We're talking middle of last year, so a little less than a year ago. Virgin Galactic was pretty much living in the $14, $15, $16 range. So it definitely knows that price range, and I wouldn't be shocked, like I said, if we get back down to that range. The all-time low for Virgin Galactic is pretty much like $7, $8. Are we going to get down that low? I'll tell you what, if we get down to $7, $8, I'll probably buy some shares and just hold them forever and go long, because I don't think Virgin Galactic is going to become a penny stock. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Let's end the video looking at the option flow data to see what the institutions with the big money, with the smart money, was doing with space today. So here's Sweepcast, the option flow program I used to get data. And overall, not a lot of action, 5 calls, 10 puts total, but the overall sentiment was bearish. 60%. The option values also weren't that huge. The biggest one was for $419,000. But again, the top two options for $419K, $239K were both put options with bearish sentiment. And based on what I've told you with the news, not really surprising. To be honest with you, unless something happens or some glimmer of good news comes up on space, I think we're going to continue the sell-off. They've already said they're not planning to do that next test flight, I think until May, if I remember correctly. We've got a long ways to go. I suspect we just keep melting off slowly every day, little by little. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree. As always, make sure you join the Discord server. We got a lot of great people in there. You can chat about stocks and options, whether it's penny stocks or honestly, even over-the-counter stocks. As always, add me on Twitter, StockTwits, Instagram, and Reddit. I hope you had a green trading week, and I'll see you on the moon.